Hi, in this short tutorial, we'll talk about quiz number 3 review. If I click on the PDF file right here, I've got about 10 questions. Obviously, the questions that you'll see on the actual quiz will be slightly different, but I'll go through these. There's a little bit more of a hands-on portion to these, and obviously, if there's less questions, each will be worth more points, so please pay particular attention to these. Number 10, which of the following operations are you able to perform only on nominal data? You can perform typically this summarize. You can perform the summarize. This counts the number of times a particular feature or occurrence or name appears, whether it's a state or Fips code or whatever. Remember, nominal data, we can't perform statistics on it. I can't find the average of Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever. But I can run a summarize that counts the number of times it appears. And that'll be important moving forward. Number 2, in ArcGIS, the most efficient data structure used to store a month is a number. So the only possible values that we have are 1, 2, 3, 4 through 12. So they're going to be integers. And they're not going to require decimals. So the most efficient is going to be a short. And we talked about these in class. Number 3, we have a table about income for all counties to be joined to a GIS data layer for the same counties. Which of the following columns would be the best key? Okay, remember when we create a join, we have a GIS data layer, and then we have a table that we want to create GIS data for. So we might have downloaded something about prison, incarceration rates, ADHD, school achievement, number of tornadoes by county or whatever. And we have this for the entire US. Well, remember that the key needs to be unique and non-repeating. Okay, let's see what we have here. State Fips Code. Well, for North Carolina Fips Code, which is 37, is going to appear 100 times. That's definitely not unique and non-repeating. Same with state name. Well, county name might be a possibility for the state of North Carolina, but I asked specifically about the U.S. So Washington County may appear 30 times, 31 times. Jefferson County, 26 times. So when I go to run this join between something called Jefferson County in my GIS data layer, it's going to have to figure out which of the 26 Jefferson counties that we're matching it up to. And the last thing we have is Fips Code. So remember, for Durham, it's 37063. For Guilford County, it's 37081. There's only one 37063 in the entire United States. Okay, so if there's other Guilford counties out there, they're not going to be 37063. 37 means that it's North Carolina. 063 is the order that it is within the state. So Alamance is going to be 001 Avery all the way through whatever the last one is, Yancey. Number 4, if I were to add XY data from a tabular information using the geographic coordinate system, latitude and longitude, the X field would be longitude. Okay, X is longitude, measuring left and right. Latitude is up and down, north and south, east and west. Okay, there is a difference because we say latitude, longitude, but when we look at a GIS and move our mouse around on that, you might see that it looks like negative, positive. It reads longitude, latitude. Number 5, the blank command or operator is used to query strings or parts of strings in a database, like, okay, and we can use that wildcard command. If we're just using full strings, where I say charge description equals homicide, charge description equals whatever, I can use the equal to sign. But remember, we've done some functionality where we're looking at, hey, let me find every county that begins with the word new. I can't use the equal sign with this. And the last 5 I'll talk about. I want to find the census tract with the highest percentage of Hispanic population. It should be a number between 0 and 100. What's the census tract and what's the percentage? Okay, so when I open up my ArcGIS here, let me uncheck the supermarkets and crimes, because if I right mouse click and open my attribute table, you'll see all these columns right here. I've got percent under 5, percent white, percent Asian, and you can see I've done this for multiple quizzes before. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do is I have a column here called Hispanic, and I want to divide it by Pop 2007. So for this particular census tract, it's going to be 82 divided by 11747 times 100. Now you can see this one here. It's 910 divided by 39.93, so this particular percentage is probably going to be just under 25%. Well, I want to do this for everything. Okay, so this is what I want to do. So I want to add a brand new column. Over my table menu, I'm going to click on Add Field, and I'm just going to call it % Hispanic. Okay, the type, I want to make this a float. I have a lot of options. I've got short integer and long integer. You notice everything else I have here has decimal points, so I didn't make them integers. So a float is going to be a shorter integer number, a double is going to be longer integer number. So I'm going to make this a float and click OK. Now I can right mouse click, and we've done this before. You can see that there's null. Since I just created this particular column, there's nothing there. So I'm going to go down to Field Calculator, click yes, and this is just going to be 100 times, what are the fields that we're looking at? Okay, I've got a field here called Hispanic divided by Pop 2007. Make sure you use the right columns. Okay? Well, the one big thing about a GIS is that we want to make sure these numbers are correct. Okay? These numbers should be between 0 and 100. Me personally, I don't like working with decimals. That's why I went through and multiplied by 100. Okay, to make it a percentage between 0 and 100. So now when I calculate this % Hispanic, it's going to take a minute here. Now you can see these here. So this 22.78, I can sort from highest to lowest. I can map these. I have one that's 24%. The lowest here is 0.69%. So if I go over to the particular question that it's asking, what is the highest percentage? Okay. So the highest percentage is 24.04, and the actual Fips code is going to be, tracked as 001002, and if you want to get particular, it's 37063001002. Don't give me any object IDs, don't give me any of these things here because those mean nothing to me. Okay, make sure we signify something that's going to be unique to this particular data set. Okay, so that's how we calculate this one, and if I want to, I can go and map this. You know, I can make my quick little map here, quick and dirty map here, just to see what it looks like, graduated colors. You can see my % Hispanic, classify. You can see this distribution, the histogram right here. We can see where it's high and where it's low. Okay. And I've done this for, you know, for a lot of the other ones too. Let me go back here. Okay. All right, next question here. How many supermarkets are located in Durham County? I'm just kind of referring back to this other one here. 23. Okay. There's parts of Durham, Morrisville, Chapel Hill that occur in Durham County. Okay. So we can see the outlines of the county right here. I can see there's 23. Okay. And this kind of harkens back to some of the previous exercises we've worked with before. Next question. How many census tracts have a median household income between $40,000 and $80,000? There's a field called MEAD_HH_income here. Okay, so this is a selection by attributes. And under the layer, it's got to be under census tracts. Under census tracts, you'll see all of the brand new features, brand new attributes that pop up for this particular feature. So the median income is greater than or equal to 40,000. What else needs to be true? And the median household income needs to be less than or equal to $80,000. Remember, there's no commas. Make sure the attribute field appears twice. I'm going to click Verify. I'm going to click Apply. So now when I open up the census tract feature class, there's 28 here. A couple errors that we'll see from time to time. I type in the word and less than or equal to $80,000. I click Verify. It will not like this. Okay, remember, computers are stupid. They're going to do whatever you tell it to. Here's another error that we run into sometimes. And these are what we call syntax errors. So that if I put a comma here, SQL does not understand commas. Okay, so you can see I've got an error here. Last thing we'll have is a logical error. And we'll look at this logical error real quick. If I say, hey, let me look at the OR. Remember with the OR, only one needs to satisfy it. Only one of these stipulations needs to satisfy it. And if I run this with the OR, I've got 53 out of 53, meaning any number in the universe that I can think of is going to be either greater than or equal to 40,000 or less than or equal to 80,000. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, just be aware of that. Okay, a couple other logical errors that you might run into is make sure you have these correct. So if I say the income is less than or equal to 40,000 and the income is greater than or equal to 80,000, I can't think of any number that's going to satisfy this. I can't think of any numbers that are both less than 40,000 and greater than 80,000 at the same time. So these are just a couple of examples that we've seen here of both the syntax errors and the logical errors that we run into from time to time. Okay. Next question here. There's a crime called charge called crime description or charge description. How many drug crimes are there? Okay, and if I were to do this select by query, if I do selection by attributes, and under crimes, charge description equals, look at all the drug crimes that we have here. A lot of them. Okay, so this is an instance where I'd use the like. So I'm going to hit the word like, space, single quote, star, drug, star, single quote. Okay. So now what I've done is just look for everything that has the word drug in it. So there's 1,598 of these. 1,598. Okay, if I look at attributes and I don't have the leading star, it goes down or it goes up. Okay, be very careful. Okay, you need to have both of them there. Okay, both of them there. Okay, if not, you get rid of the leading star, wild card, it'll only look for anything that ends in the word drug. Okay, and we look at these. Other question we have, what day of the week were the crimes most frequent? This is an instant where on this, for these 1598, I can right mouse click on day of the week. Do summarize, so this counts the number of times it appears. Under this folder, make sure you save it in a location that it likes. So I'm going to go to my quiz number 3. Since we're taking quiz number 3, I'm going to save this in just one of my older ones. Fall 2018 GIS data, quizzes, quiz 3. Make sure you click on the database and save it as a file and personal geodatabase table. Okay, file and personal geodatabase table. Okay. Okay, you need to do that. Click save. Save, yes. And now we've got a brand new table. Let's see what this table says. Okay, I can sort these from least to greatest, so I can see Thursday had 322, Sunday had 123. You might see a question on this quiz that says, I want to find all crimes within a certain distance of a supermarket. In that case, if I were to right mouse click on the crime data, I don't see distance from supermarket here. So I've got an X and Y location, so I can do a selection by location. And I want to say, hey, I want to find crimes, layers or supermarket that are within a distance of. So I might say, I want to find everything within 0.5 miles. Okay? So make sure we're able to differentiate between a location query, spatial query, and an attribute query. Okay, so I can open up and I can see there's 92 of these crimes and do the same exact things that we had before. Okay, do the same exact things we had before. One last thing, I can look at particular supermarkets. So if I right mouse click and open this field here and I want to say, I just want to find all of the crimes within Harris Teeter. I can highlight these Harris Teeters in my attribute table. So you can see the 3 Harris Teeters. And I can do the exact same thing I did before. So select by location, crimes, supermarkets. This time I just want to use these particular features here. So instead of looking at everything, I'm just going to look at the 3 Harris Teeters, okay, or whatever I want. Okay, and now that I have these Harris Teeters, now I can, okay, there's 502 of these. I can do selection by attributes. Okay, and now if I want to just pick from these 502 instead of create new selection, I can select from current selection. So now I'm picking from all crimes within ½ mile of Harris Teeter that are drug crimes. So we can get really specific really quickly, okay, using these select from current selections. So now I can look at all the drug crimes within a certain distance of just the Harris Teeters in Durham County. Okay, so I've kind of extended the functionality of this quiz a little bit, but I wanted to make sure everything was covered here.